How many of you guys have pain right at the base of your thumb? If so, you may be having CMC Synovitis or carpal metacarpal synovitis. So that joint right at the base of the thumb can become irritated and inflamed. This is common. A lot of times we're on our different smart devices or cell phones and we're scrolling a lot. That can irritate the thumb joint. So I'm going to show you 4 tips you can do at home to try to reduce your pain, your inflammation, and improve your strength and range of motion. The first thing you're going to do is use moist heat. So you're going to make sure that your skin is safe to apply, a heating pad or moist heat, or soak your hand or your thumb in warm water. And you want to do that somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes, several times a day. Of course, monitoring the skin in and around this area. They do make heating pads that have that sponge you can get wet, and you can apply that. That does really well. Because a lot of times with the water molecules, because of osmosis, that will penetrate a little deeper into the skin. And I do like to use, again, moist heat versus just a heating pad with no moisture component. The next thing we're going to do is finger flexion and thumb flexion. So we're going to use this here from Alpha Grips. I do like this company. They have a nice set of these different bands and hand strengthening exercise tools that you can use. And so I'm going to use this. I'm going to do what's called a lumbrical grip. So I'm kind of taking my hand like this, like my hand is kind of like would be in a puppet or an alligator kind of mouth or a duck mouth. And I'm going to squeeze down just like that. Now, how hard should I do this? Not very hard, especially initially when this is really inflamed. I'm just going to kind of go at it nice and easy. Nothing too crazy with it, just contracting those muscles and holding that. And I'll hold that somewhere between maybe 3 to 5 seconds, repeat it for 10 to 15 repetitions, and then complete 1 or 2 sets. Now, if you don't have an exercise tool like that you can use a washcloth, right? You can fold this over, roll it up, do the same thing, grab it just like that, and just work on squeezing that, mashing that down, and kind of compressing. If you want to make it more difficult, you can fold it over more, so it's a little thicker to try to squeeze. And you're just going to focus on keeping those fingers nice and flat, the thumb nice and flat, squeezing that, and then holding it just like you would do with the exercise tool. Now we're going to do finger extension. So again, this is from the Alpha Grips company. You don't have to use this device or this exercise tool, but I'm going to show you an alternative as well. The fingers go in here nice. There's different resistance levels. We're going to work on finger extension. Initially, when this is really inflamed, I would probably just go out a little bit, maybe not try to extend my fingers and thumb so far. And I'm going to repeat this for 10 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets, a few times a day. Now, if you don't have an exercise tool that's made for this, you can use a hairband, you can use a rubber band, anything to put around your fingers to work. If you need more resistance, add more rubber bands in the area, and you can just work on going into that finger extension and finger abduction, just kind of basically just pulling your fingers apart. That's the biggest aspect there. Now, the last thing we're going to do, and this really to me is probably the most important, is we're going to immobilize your thumb joint throughout the night while you sleep. Now, you want to be careful if you don't have the appropriate brace for this, and you're going to use tape or an A-strap. I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you're using one of those, I encourage you to do that during the daytime first, so you can kind of gauge how tight that you need this to make sure that you don't cut off any circulation or compromise the nerve going into the thumb. So what you're going to do, and we're going to use some of this Coflex or Co-band. You can get this at a whole bunch of stores, sell it. You can also do this with an A-strap, just any kind of tape or strap that you have. So what I'm going to do is take it like this. I'm going to cut a hole in this, right? So a little hole here, so that my thumb will fit into the hole. So my thumb is going to go in just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of get my wrist in neutral position. It's kind of straight here. And then I'm going to start wrapping this around. I'm going to go around my wrist, and then I'm going to start going around the thumb. Now, do you have to be a master taper to be able to do this? No, not at all. You're just going to kind of work this around through the hand and the thumb, just to work on immobilizing the thumb. Bring it around. Now I'm going to cut it. Something like that. So what we're trying to prevent is a lot of excessive thumb movement, especially at nighttime while we sleep, but you can also wear this during the daytime. You can go to my website, ChadGOrthoOT.com. You're going to go to my Amazon favorites section. You're going to see where there's a thumb brace. It's a Spica, S-P-I-C-A brace that's in there. It's pretty inexpensive. Slide that on, Velcro's on. You can wear it at night or throughout the day when your thumb is really bothering you. So those are 4 very simple techniques that you can do using things around the house, or you can purchase things online to try to reduce that thumb pain that you're having and get back to using your hand in a functional way. Thanks for watching.